Coding Made Easy.
So what's up everybody, and welcome to your next Java Made Easy tutorial. And in this tutorial we are going to be learning about methods with parameters. So in the last tutorial I used this example and I said, okay, let's say that you take damage from an enemy. And so I made a int health in here, and I just set it to 100, and then I said health minus equals 10, and then we returned the health. And then in the main method I said int health is equal to damage. Okay, now I don't know if you guys can already see the problem with that, but let's say, okay, your health is 100, okay, and we subtract it by 10, and so now your health is 90. Now let me call the damage, again. Now do you guys see the oh sorry, I shouldn't say in health, should be health. Now I'm pretty sure you guys can see the problem, but if you haven't spotted it yet, don't worry, I'll be showing you what exactly is going on. So let's run this. And we've called it twice, but we still only have the value 90. Now why do we have the value 90? We're trying to subtract 10 from it. Well, the reason being is that whenever we create our damage in here, we're creating a local variable called health, we're setting it to 100, and we're saying health minus equals 10, and then we're returning. So no matter what, it's going to return 90. So then it comes to, okay, I get it, okay, we're creating this local variable, we're always setting it to 100, and we're always subtracting 10 by it, so no matter what, our health is going to be equal to 90. So what are we going to do? How do we keep track of our health? How do we let damage know what our health is? Well, we can make it global to the class and just have a health variable, and then just modify the health like so. And well, we would have to change to static. Sorry about this, because you guys really don't know what static really does. But we can make it local, yeah, I guess global to the class, and so everything would work fine. So if we were to run this, we would get the value that we actually want. Well, actually we have -20 because we didn't actually set a value. So let's set it to 100, run this one more time, and we get the value 80, and that works, and that's fine. Voila. But let's say we don't want to do that. Say we have our int health, and we want to, firstly we want to set it to the value 100, so we want to make it local inside this method, and we say we want to set it to 100. Now what are we going to do to actually pass this health value into this method? Well, we do so by passing in what we call method parameters. So the method parameters works like this. We put whatever type we're putting in, and then whatever signature. It doesn't have to be the exact same name as here. We can call it whatever we want. I can call it T if I want. So let's just call it T for now. So whatever value that I pass in here, so let's pass in health, that value, that's what T is going to be equal to. So when I say, okay, health is equal to 100, I say health is equal to damage health. Health is equal to 100, so T is equal to 100. So I'm going to say T minus equals 10, and I'm going to return T. So then health is going to be equal to 90. Then when we call this again, we're saying, okay, health is equal to 90, so we're passing in the value 90. So T is equal to 90, we say T minus equals 10, and then we return the value that we actually get. And so we should end up with the value 80, just like we did before. So let's run this, and voila, we get the value 80. So with parameters, we can pass in multiple parameters if we want to get a bunch of stuff. So let's say we want to pass in the health, we want to pass in the amount of damage they take. So we're going to say health minus equals damage, and then we're going to just pass the health. So now we can put in how much damage we want them to take, and voila. So once we run this, now we should get the value 70, and that's exactly what we get. So we said, okay, we passed in the value here, and then we passed in the value here, and yada yada yada. Well, let's just you know what, let's just make this, instead of making an integer, now we're going to make it void. And so we're going to get rid of this right now, and we're just going to call it. And so we've passed in health, we've passed in damage, and so we don't have a return. Oh, and I know this is a bit of a random note, but void methods can have a return. You don't return a value, but that you can return it if you want. And when it reaches return, it just means, okay, just exit this method, we're done. So that's just in case you guys need that. But we're just going to say health minus equals damage. So we say, okay, we want to pass in health, we want to say subtract from the damage, then we say health subtract from the damage, and we want to print it out. So we should see what we saw last time, right? Well, as you can see, we see the value 100. So health is unchanged. Now, why is this unchanged? Well, with Java, whenever you pass anything, everything is passed by value. And if you're coming from, say, a C# or C++ or any language that has pointers or references or something like that, it might be something new to you. But everything is passed by value in Java. And we'll look into, I'll be addressing this a bit more in the future about passed by value once you get into classes and stuff like that. But yeah, everything is passed by value in Java. So that means when you pass in health and you pass in damage, you're just passing the values, not passing the actual variable itself. And so when we say health minus equals damage, as soon as it reaches right here, it's like, okay, whatever, it's done. It's done with this local variable. This is the equivalent of a local variable. So when it's done right here, it's erased from memory, and it has nothing to do with this variable up here, just a value that's replaced. So that's it for this tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Don't forget to like my page on Facebook, follow on Twitter, and don't forget to sign up on my website. That's it, and bye for now.